Alright, if you caught the developer's insights for SM-33, you know a little bit of the backstory, but if you didn't, I'm just going to tell you this again. So, SM-33, I didn't want to say released a little bit ago, but he's the latest Conquest character, and after this past Conquest that we had, a lot of us have shards. I mean, I personally have, I think 33 now of him. I'm sure there's whales and krakens that probably have them unlocked even. So anyways, I am wicked behind. I'm almost a month behind, as this date says here, May 5th. But here's the problem. CG, EA, whoever it was, put this kit reveal in a different area than I normally look. Normally, I just go to the forums, and what I need is right there. Well, I heard about this character. I don't remember how I heard about him. Maybe he was in a Road Ahead or something. And I've been looking forward to the kit reveal so that I could do it. But I've never seen it. It's not in the forums. Well, one day, today actually, I happened to just be looking in, after getting my Kessel Run rewards, I saw a little drop down. And one of the things said news. And I was like, yeah, let's see what's in news. What the heck? And then, yeah, this was in there. I happened to find this in the news tab. So CG hid this in a completely different area. As you can tell, this is a black border, which is much different than how my kit reveals and stuff normally look, because it's a white border. So yeah, that's why I'm wicked behind. It's not really my fault. It's just CG. They hid this on me. So anyways, with all that out of the way, as I said, Developers Insights has already been made. Go check it out if you're interested. If not, I get it. This is probably the better video. This is the one that really matters because this is the actual kit reveal where you're going to learn about this character and what he can do and all this. So, yeah, let's just get into it. Alright, so starting off, his basic ability is called Rattling Uppercut. And it actually has a Zeta on it. That's kind of funny. Zeta's on the basic. Unfortunately, we don't really seem to have a GIF. It's just a picture, so that's kind of stupid. But anyways, it says, final text, deal physical damage to target enemy and stagger them for 2 turns. If the allied leader is a pirate, the target enemy can't gain bonus protection for 3 turns, and SM-33 gains defense penetration up for 2 turns. So basically, if the leader isn't a pirate, then you only stagger them and deal damage, but otherwise, if it is a pirate, you get all that extra stuff. It's kind of cool. I mean, it makes sense. You're going to want to have the leader for this character be a pirate anyways, because he's supposed to be a lifter for a new character that hasn't been released yet. So, like, if you're not going to use him with that, it's kind of stupid. So, yeah, he should always be getting these extra bonuses. Oh, wow, there was more. I didn't realize. If this ability targets the first active enemy that damaged the allied pirate in the leader slot, excluding SM-33, why would he be damaging his own leader? That's weird. Remove 100% turn meter, inflict ability block, and daze them for 2 turns. Ow, so that's a lot of extra crap on top of it all. That's pretty solid. Special 1, Limb from Limb, cooldown of 3, and it has an Omicron. Jeez, an Omicron on the second ability? Well, he is a Conquest character. They usually have 3 Omicrons, so never mind, that makes sense. Anyways, Limb from Limb. It kind of looks like it's just like a punch. I mean, the first one was kind of a punch too. It's just a lot going on. You can't really see what's going on because it's getting like these bonuses at the same time. But anyways, Limb by Limb. Final text. For some reason, this is italicized. Deal physical damage 6 times to target enemy? Jeez. This attack has plus 1000% health steal? What? That seems ridiculous. And deals 20% more damage for each 20% health SM-33 is missing. So basically, the weaker that he is, the way more stronger this move's gonna get. And it attacks 6 times? Jeez. If this ability targets the first active enemy that damaged the allied pirate in the leader slot, excluding himself, SM-33 deals 50% more damage and gains tenacity up for 2 turns. Deals 50% more damage. So on top of already having high damage if he has low health and hitting 6 times, he's going to do 50% more damage as well? If I'm reading this properly and understanding what it says, this sounds like a crazy move. Jeez. And it's only going to cool down to 3? So you're going to be like tearing things up non-stop. And that's not even the Omicron part. This is just regular. The Omicron part is, while in territory wars, if this attack defeats an enemy, which it should, they can't be revived. For each instance of damage done from this ability, while SM-33 has 100% health, he gains 20% bonus protection for 2 turns. So what does that mean? He could gain 120% bonus protection because he attacks 6 times, so 6 times 20 would be 120. If this ability targets the first active enemy that damaged the... Oh my god, this sentence again. Reduce their max protection by 50%, excluding raid bosses and galactic legends, for the rest of the encounter, which can't be resisted, and reduce the cooldown of this ability by 1. So now it's going to be 2? Jeez. Alright. Special 2, Forearm Bucklers. Cooldown of 3, it has a Zeta and an Omicron. I hear that this is a move that you're going to want to try to get out there sooner than later because you need them to produce heat or something, which has some kind of benefit for the leader pirate. I don't know. Let's find out about it. Final text. Dispel all buffs and deal physical damage to target enemy. Inflict buff immunity and burning on target enemy for 2 turns. And SM-33 recovers 50% health and protection, gains defense up for 2 turns, 3 stacks of heat until the end of the encounter, and all of this can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. And he also gains 25% protection for 2 turns. Jeez. That's a lot of crap going on. And that's just... Yeah, that's just normal. That has nothing to do with the stipulation, which normally says, you know, if he attacked the blah, 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 blah. Okay, so how many stacks of heat you get? You get 3. Because it says if you have 5 or more stacks of heat, then you inflict 5 stacks of damage over time on the target enemy for 1 turn. And instead, you inflict burning on the target enemy for 3 turns, which can't be dispelled or prevented. Instead of what? Hold on. It says inflict 5 stacks of damage over time on the target enemy for 1 turn. And instead inflict burning on target enemy. But it already has burning, right? Yeah, burning on target enemy for 2 turns. I don't get it. I don't know what you're trying to say there. 10 plus stacks of heat. SM-33's damage over time can't be avoided. Oh, well, there you go. While in territory wars, here's your Omicron. SM-33 dispels all the buffs on himself and instead gains critical avoidance up and defense up for 3 turns, which can't be dispelled. All pirate allies gain 25% bonus protection for 2 turns. I mean, that's pretty cool that he helps the team. As far as his own things, gains critical avoidance up. I always make fun of critical avoidance. It's kind of stupid. And then defense up. Defense up's okay. We'll take that. There's more, though. If this ability targets the first active enemy that damages blah, 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 SM-33 gains 10 stacks of heat until the end of the encounter, which can't be covered, dispelled, or prevented. Inflicts healing immunity for 2 turns on target enemy, which can't be dispelled or resisted. So, healing immunity, that's cool. So when you do damage, they ain't going to get any healthier. For 2 turns at least. So you hopefully can take them out during that time. And 10 stacks of heat. That's good. That means right out the gate, you're getting damage over time that's unavoidable. And I would assume this as well, right? It should stack so you get both bonuses. Anyways, this also goes higher with the Omicron. At 20 stacks of heat, instead inflict 20 stacks of damage over time on target enemy for 1 turn. What? Inflict 20 stacks of damage over time on the target enemy? This sounds like it's just a meme or something. This is ridiculous. 20 stacks of damage over time? And then 40 stacks of heat to 40 stacks of damage over time? That's so stupid. I'm just hanging out with 40 stacks of damage over time. I'm definitely gonna get fucked up. I'm definitely dead. What the heck? Alright. Unique 1. First mate of the Onyx Cinder. This has a Zeta and an Omicron. So, this should be the final Omicron, since there's usually just 3. Final text. SM-33 gains 10% max health and offense for each other scoundrel ally, doubled if they're also a pirate. So, let's see. Double it, you're going to do 20% max health and offense, and then if the team is times 4, that's 80. So he's going to gain 80% max health and offense total, potentially. At the start of each encounter, SM-33 gains defense up for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled or prevented. Whenever an enemy targets the allied pirate in the leader slot, excluding himself. SM-33 gains 15% turn meter and 10% critical damage stacking for 1 turn. While SM-33 has defense up, he can't be instantly defeated, and he receives 30% less damage when targeted by an enemy. Huh. That almost sounds like GL level abilities there. Can't be instantly defeated and receives 30% less damage. Is that when he has defense up only, though? I mean, I get it for the instantly defeated, but the other part, yeah, it kind of seems like it. After using forearm bucklers, SM-33 gains 2 stacks of heat, stacking to max 40 at the start of his turn and when receiving damage for the rest of the encounter or until defeated, which can't be copied, spelled, or prevented. Oh, so that means those stacks of heat can really stack up. You don't have to just use that move to do them. I mean, it says he uses that move, he gets 2 stacks at the start of his turn, and when receiving damage, he gets 2 more. The first time SM-33 is damaged in battle, he gains a bonus turn, and the cooldown on forearm bucklers is reset. The first time he takes damage? So you can just do that move right out the gate? I mean, that move doesn't even have too crazy a cooldown either. It's only a cooldown 3. Jeez. And then this is the Omicron. While in territory wars, at the start of the encounter, if the allied leader is Scoundrel, excluding himself again, I don't know why they keep putting that, they gain 10% max health and offense and 10 speed, doubled if they're also a pirate. So, that's only for the leader though, but okay. The first active enemy that damaged that pirate in the leader slot, excluding himself, deals 30% less damage and has minus 50% potency to all allies aside from SM-33. And SM-33 and the allied pirate in the leader slot can ignore taunt effects to target the team. Whenever the allied pirate in the leader slot attacks, SM-33 is called to assist. Oh, it's not bad either. That's the Omicron. That's funny. The whole kit's actually super solid sounding, and the Omicron sound ridiculous as well. But this Omicron, it's all right. I mean, SM-33 being called to assist with the leader only. I mean, that's cool, kind of. I mean, you could assist the whole team. That would be cooler, but okay, you can assist the leader. But it's all right. I think his main part is probably better. Anyways, that's it for that. Is there any community comments? Ooh, that sucks because of the way this is. There's no comments. Dang it. Really wanted to see what people were gonna say. Just because, if I'm interpreting this correctly, this kit's pretty ridiculous. It's actually a pretty solid kit. Jeez, they call him a lifter unit. It's like, are you sure he's the lifter and he's not the one? Like, is this leader supposed to be his lifter secretly? And you're just pulling our strings? I don't know. He does sound really ridiculous though. Holy crap. These moves 40 stacks damage over time and all that. It's ridiculous. Anyways, I guess that's all I got. So, thanks for checking this out with me. And until next time, I said see ya.